Welcome back, mamas. Y'all, today we are going to talk about the power of believing in your dreams, how and why you should be believing in your dreams, how it can impact you, your life, your children's lives, how it can really impact the world. So let's get to it. Do you wish you had control of your days, that you had a rhythm, but instead feel overwhelmed, scattered, and like there's never enough time? You're in the right place. I'm Danielle, a recovering workaholic, wife, and stay-at-home mom of two girls. I've learned how to reclaim my time and find purpose and freedom so I can be present with my kids and feel like myself again. Here, we embrace where we are, but we don't stay there. So if you're ready to trade the chaos for clarity, the guilt for grace, and the endless to-do list for aligned flow, grab the kiddos a snack and toss in that laundry because I know you're multitasking, and let's do this because your time, your purpose, and you matter. Okay, mamas. So it is January. We are in the start of a brand new year, and I am excited because that brings with it so much possibility, right? The beginning of a new year. And we talked about it on Tuesday that you are not behind, right? You are not behind no matter if you have taken time to come up with your word of the year, to, come up with your goals for this year, or whether you're just trying to get through the day, right? You are perfectly in the place that you are supposed to be no matter where you sit on that spectrum, right? And I want to tell you that I felt behind, right? I was talking about that earlier this week, how I have felt behind and how I am not letting myself feel behind because I am in a period of rest. And because given the circumstances of your life and given where you are right now, you are exactly where you're meant to be, right? There is no timeline of when you have to do your word of the year or when you have to set your goals or when you have to do X, Y, or Z. It is your own timeline. And I want to talk about how important it is, though, that we do dream, that we do, maybe if it's not even setting a goal for you, the word goal does not have to be something that you use. You can talk about it in dreams, right? We are going to talk about how pursuing your dreams and how believing in your dreams can really change your life, especially as a mom, and how important it is and why you really need to embrace the fact that you can dream, the fact that you can achieve your dreams. I'm going to start with a quote, okay? This one is from Eleanor Roosevelt, and it says, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. And if you think about it, when you're a child, you always believe in the beauty of your dreams, right? We always believe as children in the beauty of our dreams, unless someone comes along and squashes that, right? It doesn't matter if it is like literally impossible, something that a child is dreaming, they're believing in it, right? They believe in their dreams. And when you believe in your dreams, you can achieve them. The reason that children probably do not achieve a lot of their dreams are because someone comes along and tells them that it's not possible for them to achieve it. Because I believe that it's possible to achieve anything that you put your mind to. If you are driven, if something is written on your heart, if you are that passionate about it, then I believe there's a reason that it is that much on your heart. I believe that God has placed it there for a specific reason, right? And so we can achieve our dreams if we just decide that we are going to believe in the dream, right? It says the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. We can believe in the beauty of our dreams, even as adults. You don't have to be a child to have the future belong to you, right? We can believe that our best days are ahead of us, no matter if we are 5, 15, 45. Like, it does not matter how old you are. You can believe in the beauty of your dreams and you can be the future. You can be the future because let's face it, we are our child's future, right? No matter how old you feel or how whatever you're feeling today, if you are feeling less than or not worthy of being that future, then I just want to tell you today is the day that you should start dreaming. We should start dreaming again. If you have lost that, you need to pick it back up. It is something that I believe that if you give some weight to and you give some thought to and you open your heart, we've been talking about that for the last couple of weeks, about opening your mind and your heart to the possibilities, that creates opportunity, right? That creates an opportunity for you to have a dream and for you to believe in the beauty of that dream. Whether or not the actual dream comes to fruition, what is the quote? It's something about shoot for the moons, and if you miss, you'll land among the stars. Right? Shoot for the moon. And if you miss, you're still going to land among the stars. That's like a Les Brown quote. It is so true because when you allow yourself to dream and to actually think about these things that you want, when you shoot for that dream, even if it's such a lofty goal, if you don't quite make it, you're going to land among the stars. Versus if you don't ever dream, where are you going to land then? Right? You're going to be stuck wherever you are right now. You're never going to shoot for the moon, so you don't have the opportunity to even land among the stars or anywhere near the moon because you never took the step in the right direction. You never took the start. I have another quote for you from Simon Sinek that says, dream big, start small, but most of all, start. But most of all, start. It doesn't matter what the dream is. If you are in a place right now where you don't feel like you can dream big, that's okay. Start small, right? Dream big, but start small. Start with a small dream. If you are, and it might not seem like a small dream, right? Like if your dream is to have a nanny, let's just say, or maybe not even a nanny, but just like a babysitter, right? Like someone who can help you and support you through the times when you feel like you need some self-care or when you feel like you want to do some work on yourself in whatever way, shape, or form that looks like for you, right? If you feel like you don't have any support system, anything to do that, then maybe your dream is just that, to have I call it a nanny, but it didn't really mean like a nanny that's like a full-time nanny. I just mean like, and maybe that is your dream. Who knows? Maybe you're listening to this and you're like, that is what I would want, an actual nanny. I would not have wanted that. So that's not even what I meant. But it would have been to have someone that I could rely on that could watch my children when I was doing X, Y, or Z, right? Someone who was consistent, someone who I could, call and have someone there for my kids. And maybe that is something that is a dream of yours. And so let's have that be a dream. And then we're going to take the steps and start small to what does it need to look like in order for me to make that dream come true, right? What are some small things that I can do in order to make that dream come true? I have another quote. This episode is full of quotes today because there are so many good ones about dreams. And this one comes from Walt Disney that says, all of our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. All of our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. Imagine if Walt Disney did not have the courage to pursue his dream of creating Disney World. People thought he was absolutely nuts. I mean, if you think about Disney World and it did not exist, would you ever say that you could create the happiest place on earth? Some would, contest that. It's not the happiest place on earth. Some people hate Disney World, but I am not one of those people. And I believe that Walt Disney was courageous enough to pursue his dream. And if he hadn't, we would not have Walt Disney World. That would not be a thing. And look how successful Walt Disney World is today. Do you think that Walt Disney ever even imagined in his greatest dreams how big it would have been, how big it was? Now, he may be upset right now about some things that are going on there if he were still alive. But the point is that he had the courage to pursue his dream. And if he didn't, How many people on this earth would not be brought joy every single day while they are at Walt Disney World? How much joy did he bring to other people by pursuing his dream? He didn't just bring joy to himself by pursuing his dream. He brought joy to millions of people by pursuing his dream. And the impact that it can have when you pursue your dreams, maybe it's not Walt Disney size, right? Maybe it's not the Walt Disney size impact, but it can impact your household, your family, you, and all of the people that you touch and you help by whatever it is that your dream is. Because when you are happy, when you are fulfilled, when you are living your dream, when you are on your path to pursuing your dream, you are going to be a different person than when you are not. And that is what it's all about. I would venture to say that even in the pursuit of your dreams, you will be a better mother. You will be a better person. You will be more fulfilled. I know this because I live this, right? I live this currently. It is true. And if you're sitting there thinking that you don't believe that you can dream anymore, that you feel like, I don't even know where to start with dreaming. I do not know, if I'm worthy of my dreams. I do not feel good enough or whole enough or whatever it is that you're feeling right now. And I just want to tell you that you are good enough, that you are worthy enough, that you are enough. Right? You are enough and you are important. You matter and your dreams matter. Right? And when we are sitting there and trying to think of these dreams, we tend to put limitations on them. We tend to think about, okay, well, what if this is my dream, but I don't have the money, but I don't have the time, but I don't have this, I don't have that. We put all these limitations on why we believe that we couldn't achieve this dream. And I want you to take those limitations off. I want you to dream as if there are no limitations on your dreams, right? Dream as if there are no limitations. I would love for you to take a journal out and to start dreaming and just writing something, think about the end of the year and think about what you would like your end of the year to look like. When you're ringing in 2027, which that sounds insane, but when you are ringing in 2027, what would you like your life to look like? How would you like your demeanor to be, your emotional well-being, your family's well-being? What would your dream be for you ringing in 2027? I have a Tony Robbins quote I would like to read that says, "The only thing that's keeping you from getting what you want is the story you keep telling yourself." That is deep. It might sound harsh, but I also believe it's so true. The only thing that's keeping you from getting what you want is the story you keep telling yourself. What story are you telling yourself, right? What is the story that you're telling yourself? Is it a story that you can do all things? Is it a story that you are worthy of everything that you dream of? If that's not the story, then we need to work on that, right? Then that is what I would love for you to work on. I would love to work on it with you, right? If that is something that you struggle with, I would love to help you through that. But we have to dream big and also start small. We have to start small. I have one last quote here I'm going to share, and then we'll wrap this up. But it says, "Dream big dreams, but never forget that realistic short-term goals are the keys to success." Realistic short-term goals are the keys to success. That came from Mac Anderson. And I do wholly believe that as well, because I want you to dream big dreams, but getting started can seem super overwhelming when you are just thinking about the end goal, right? You tend to let all of those limitations and let all of those things creep in when you're focused on the big dream a lot of times. And so I want you to dream that big dream and then to pull it back and to start small and to get a real clear idea of what is the next step that you can take. right? And that is exactly what I can help you with in my prioritization clarity calls. The coaching that I do, I would love to extend that opportunity to you. If you are needing that help, please go to my website and schedule a prioritization clarity call with me, and we will walk through this together. I will help you to get started on your journey to achieving your big dreams, which is going to start small, right? And that is what I want for you. So until next week, y'all, we're going to dive into the word of the year, how I come up with that, what it looks like, and why I do believe that it is amazing to have a word of the year, no matter what you think of it. Okay. We'll talk about that next week. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, Mama. If so, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts and then hit share and send this to a mom who needs this in her day. I'll meet you right back here next week. Keep smiling, y'all.